it's not enough. Not like anything. It was that we've talked about how to get to like the show business, to be at that top level of show business is just like cloud chasing. To be like mainstream internet famous. It's like cloud chasing. Literally, it doesn't matter how you want to sugarcoat it. You are literally going to be hunting for clout. Whether negatively or positively, whichever angle you choose to take approach, you choose to take, you are still going to be hunting for clout. You hear there's clout somewhere, you start thinking, how can I go and collect it? And that's what all these top musicians or top celebrities do. That's why you always have this thing in an industry where the person popping starts to then have like these bigger celebrities, Drake, Nicki Minaj. It's like, oh, they met Drake. They always there's this Kevin Hart. These names that are supposedly the bigger names, the most successful entertainers, tend to have some relationship with the most popping young person. That ends up people looking at it from the angle of this young person is truly popping. But that's because they understand the number one rule: hunt down clout, chase it down, shoot it down, hunt it, stamp on it, collect it, and eat it like a fucking lion to a prey. Clout eats their prey. Clout is their prey. They are the predator. So they are just, once they see clout, they just hop on them, they just eat it. But because they've already done that to a point where they now look, they then become the reason why the person's clout continues to extend. So it's a loop that those that have figured out realize that it's a never-ending loop is advantageous. Every music industry, I'm sure if you go to like Brazilian music industry or so, you will notice that their legends, there's the popping guy then becomes more popping when he finally then hangs out or makes a song with that legend. You don't know the legend is sucking life and staying afloat. That because it's a clout this thing and clout is currently dancing on that person. How you know is because they eventually then move on. You rarely see that relationship in one long term forever. They are best of friends. Is that then they see them with the other one again and act like, yo, how you doing, man? I see you. I see what you're doing. Keep it up. Respect. To keep their name afloat. It's the same thing everywhere. Music industry, across the world, movie, anything. So we've established that, we know that. And so there's an angle to it that you then look at. It's like the clout chaser, right? It's chasing clout. Now, your goal at the time, should you want that, at least I would imagine, is to not be a clout chaser, is to become clout. So the way I put it, I was just crossing my head, I was just going to mirror, I was like, I am become clout. And that phrase is from, I am become Death, the destroyer of the world, of Oppenheimer. That English, I am become, not say I have now become, I think he said I am become death or something like that, just a poetic expression of it. And the poetic way I express it, I was like, I am become clout. You understand? Where you become clout, so people are going to be chasing you. Like all of this thing. You understand? It's not you that is like, I would like to make a movie with Kevin Hart, I would like to fucking anything it is. It's they that would want to. One, it's guaranteed that they will if you are clout. It's guaranteed. They chase clout, then they get tired and retire. When they say they have retired, it means they are no longer chasing clout. That's what The Rock was saying. There is, I'm done. Not that he's done making movies. Not that he's done doing anything. He's still doing. Film is coming. There's Moana. There's that Christmas movie coming. There's still Moana that is to come next year or whatever. But he's done like chasing clout. So you understand? So which means even if you are clout now, it does not guarantee you meet him. He's going to just do what constantly. So when they retire, they're done chasing clout. So all those, the ones that are chasing, they will chase you. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just a way, an angle I thought of it like, like I've talked about, you would then become, so like the way I see things that when the time comes, you then switch to clout chaser mode and then think, based on your own principles, what you can allow and what you won't allow. What is the farthest you can go to chase clout, and what direction do you want to chase this clout, and what are you open to? You understand? You have to think of it like honestly, like that's what it is. It's not a crime. It's what you now do on the chase for it that will now determine. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to compromise on? What are you willing to not do? What angle do you want to chase it from? You could either shoot 1,000 people or cure 1,000 people's blindness. Both is still clout chasing. And that's why the other guy, nobody sees it as a clout chaser. But that's like the angle he found that nobody was exploring. Because people are so selfish. Even at the promise of profit, they will not do good. That's insane. That's the market that Jimmy is capitalizing on. The fact that there's no competition. There's no competition for the clout, the massive clout that there is to gain from doing good. Because that's how bad people really feel about doing good. That even the people that have competed faked it. Not that people fake giving away PS5, $500. Even at the promise of like all that they will get from it. That's how fucked up the world is. Anyways, so I'm just saying, so then you're now looking at, you then make the decision, right? So I'll just say it's like, so when the time comes and I'm like, okay, mainstream internet, what is going to be? You have to think actively like, okay, is it time to start like showing off the numbers from my content? Is it amplifying the numbers or exaggerating numbers from my content? What am I going to use to drag attention for clout? That's what mainstream internet is. Fusi uses mental health and mental breakdowns. It's just, that's why that one, like, we've talked about this already before, it's not sustainable because just clout chasing. You stop chasing it, it just stops. This guy goes to hospital, you stop. If freaking Ben Asdat was to go to the hospital for a month, it does not end his career. He has his content is still going live. You understand? People are still watching. If anything, people are waiting for him to come back to resume his usual posting. The normal audience will still watch. You understand? But then Fusi goes to a mental facility for a month and it just stops. You know, because that's how that space works. Even though it gives you the most recognition, it's not the most sustainable because you don't have a catalog. You're just jumping up and down, looking for attention. You understand? And most of the old stuff, even for a person like this, does not necessarily like gain views. You are popular from the abuse of your content. The piracy of your content is what's responsible for your popularity. It's not as if when people see you in the background, they all sit down and start watching 2-hour live stream. No. Nothing. They do nothing. They look forward to seeing more clips and then just go in, which does not reward you. If a person wants to discover Saint Rivera and like them, they'll sit down and they want to go and watch the videos. You discover Lexi Rivera and you like her, you sit down and go and watch her videos. You understand? Because what you like about what she has to sell is her videos. You're just selling yourself. So, okay, then I don't necessarily have to sit down on your stream. I'll see you around. See you around. But what Lexi Rivera is saying is her content. So it's the content you will see around. But then, as we know, it's my own goal. It's like Mr. Beast, where the content, then him. You understand? So yes, many people who hear that he planted 20 million trees, those women are not there like, let me just sit down and watch him do $1 versus $10,000 this in house. I'm not interested in that thing. So for them it's see you around. But for so many too, see you around and see your content. Some just see your content, everything. But in order to do that, you must have built the first see your content around. Before you now go to do see you around. It's like Tate didn't have any successful channel. Before they even took that channel, it was 700,000 subscribers. Many people don't know this, that he was never like, there's no one place where he was big. He was just popular. There was no account that was big. His Twitter was when they unbanned him and he came back from jail, like he fucking hit. He was less than 1 million too. And then he went almost to 7 million or some shit overnight. So before this whole prison, he had no followers, like massive following anywhere. They were not following any content in a specific place. They were following him, his image, which was available everywhere. Which is rewarding in its own way. But you want to make sure if content creation is your core. For him, content creation is not his core. He came to sell his person and build a brand. For you want to make sure if content creation is your core, you do have that content, that the content creation, you have it somewhere. You have the content that people can see somewhere. Then before you go to, and nobody has done that, only Mr. Beast. Because maybe people don't see a way to connect how those two things connect. So that's supposed to be the mentality is like, so for us, it's supposed to be like, build content, lucrative catalog, loyal audience. Then start thinking, cloud chasing mode, how do I become a cloud chaser and make it work in a way that works for me based on whatever my principles are? How do I become the biggest cloud chaser, for example? Not necessarily literally the biggest, but just that as a mindset of trying to become big. But then, this whole talk is to say that mindset will switch from how do I become the biggest to how do I become clout itself. Now, sometimes it happens as the byproduct of being a cloud chaser. But not all the time. As you have seen people that try to maybe do something with Fusi didn't see as much success. People that try to do stuff like involve Kai in things, not necessarily. Speed on the other hand, almost everybody that has done anything speed, like Mr. Beast. there's not that many people that after gathering the clout was like became clout. You understand? So just as creating content and not wanting to think clout chaser and hoping that you get the result of the clout chaser might not be the effective strategy. So also chasing clout and just thinking clout chaser and wanting that you want to get to the point where you become clout might not be the best strategy, because those two things, seeing that everybody that became a clout chaser did not necessarily become clout, tells you that there's a place where it goes like this and it goes like this. So you want to think about the thing. When something that looks as if it leads to something, you notice that not everybody got there. It means that, it may lead to that thing, but maybe there's only one road that leads to it. So you want to specify that place you are going, than just like, I'm on the clout chasing this thing with the hope that you become a clout yourself. You understand? Instead, it's the only reason is because you've seen that not everybody that went there eventually became clout, which means there's somewhere the clout goes like this, but they all start here as clout chasing, and it goes like this. So maybe we want to say in our mindset that yes, clout, so that we'll be able to recognize the patterns that start to drift and then drift with it. Else, we might never end up there, because it's not, apparently, the clout chasing leading to becoming clout, it's not at the end of it, it's on the side. Do you get? If we're going like this, if from here, and it's like you go like this to, what you are thinking, can you see it? Yeah. If you are like here, and it's like the clout chase mindset, and you're like, oh well, eventually, some people, as you've seen it, like, clout chasing would lead, you gather enough clout and then you become clout yourself. But you notice that, many people who gather enough clout still don't become clout themselves, right? Now, it's like, it means that you don't go from clout chasing to becoming clout like this. Maybe it's clout chasing to becoming clout. So there's still, the road in the front still leads to clout chasing. So which means it's not the end goal, it's a byproduct that only a few get. So you want to be able to recognize the pattern. And in order to recognize the pattern, you have to then think in clout. I want to become clout. Let this just be part of the process. This is the goal. So your brain, reminding your brain that means that when you get to this point where you now see those two things, others might not see it. You will notice it because of how much, okay, this will, like this, I will get a lot of clout. Like this, I'll start to become clout. You recognize it and then now turn and now start going. So that's the moral of this whole story. Is that's the way that I put it in my head. Is that when the time comes, I am become clout.